Welcome to the award-winning Champions Mojo. Hosts Kelly Pallas and Maria Parker are world record-setting masters athletes, authors, and performance coaches that are committed to connecting you with champions and experts from swimming and to other inspiring people and topics. And now, this week's Micropod.
Okay, Maria, Amy Rieger, what a superstar, and so much like just a very soft-spoken, very successful swimmer and human and mother. But you said something between the breaks. Is there something you want to say that you said, but inside there's a beast, right? That loves to race.
Yeah. I think Amy, I think she's the Superman, sort of mild-mannered Clark Kent. And then she gets into the, into the phone booth or wherever. And part of it is, she talked about, being afraid, I think that a little, that fear and that competitive instinct merge well for her in her performances.
Yes, absolutely. That when that beep goes off for the start, there's no more fear. There's no more, there's a true champion that emerges. So how do we become as good of athletes as Amy? What was your first takeaway?
First takeaway, she just said it over and over again, having a coach. She won't swim without a coach. And I think that's just so amazing. It's like, as you and I have talked about, I've spent so many hours just, putting in probably terrible miles on, running or on my bike or even in the pool, not knowing what I was doing and not really getting any better because of that. And she has her whole life. She's had a coach. She said she won't swim without a coach. And I think that knocked both of us off of our balls, just like, wow. Yes. And that's why she's so good, because she gets coached. And I think we've been saying that about, coaching for leadership, coaching for mindset, coaching for weight loss, coaching for education. We need coaches. We can't do this on our own. So, we tell that to our listeners, we tell that to each other, and yet we don't do it enough. So get a coach.
Well, you and I both have a coach.
We do.
We both have an executive coach, and yet I have been, sometimes you don't have a choice. I haven't swum with a coach until the last 11 months.
And you've been so happy.
I've been so happy to have a coach. I mean, it is such a game changer. And yet, I've called Brevard County the black hole of master swimming. There've not been any coaches. So what I would recommend, and I totally agree with her, we need coaches, is even if you don't have a program that offers a live coach. So maybe you don't have a live coach. There are coaches online. There are programs. If you're looking at swimming, I know Go Swim TV, Glenn Mills, who's an Olympian, he has Zoom meetings where he talks about how to swim this or that. And there are other, online coaches. I do some master swimming coaching. So I coach master swimmers through different things. Mindset. I like race pace training, coaching, and I do that online through Zoom, which leads me to my next takeaway from Amy, which is video. This is something, again, any adult athletes, it doesn't have to be swimming. Certainly swimming is a highly technical sport.
Right.
But I'm sure that there are things that you could videotape that one may be doing out there that, wow, let me videotape this and send it to an expert, or let me just videotape myself, just stick my camera next to whatever I'm doing, whether you're, performance, you're doing stand-up comedy, or you got to give a speech, or you're going to give the speech at your friend's wedding. Videotaping yourself is such a great takeaway. And that was one of those ones where you and I both went, yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really true. Yeah. That's a hard one too. People, we don't like to look at ourselves, or we don't really, we're proud. I'll speak for myself. I'm proud, and I don't want to see the mistakes I'm making on video, but it's how are you going to get better? You got to look at yourself. You have to be willing and brave enough to look at yourself and see ways you can improve. And it's not necessarily what you're doing wrong, it's ways you can improve.
Right.
Yeah. Well, my second takeaway, again, she emphasized it over and over and over again, that it has to be fun. I think we look at somebody like her and she's so fit and she's so good, but she's done it because it's fun. And she swims. It's not like she's swimming 30 hours a week or even 20 hours a week. She's doing it in a reasonable way. And she does it always with other people and always with a coach so that she can have fun. And I asked, not when we were on the air, but later it's like, how do you have fun in swimming? So yeah, between sets, and it's a camaraderie. We go out for, afterwards. And I can totally relate to that. My cycling has been transformed by having a team, even though it's just a little, amateur team that I cycle with. I hate to miss it. I love seeing those women, and I don't see them, they're virtual, but I talk to them. And so find something that's fun for you. And if it's not running or swimming or cycling, I think Kelly, you made the point, hula hooping, jazz dance, there's a million ways to stay active and have fun. And lots of times it involves being with other people. And I think that's, for me, I'm not going to hula hoop by myself. That would be silly. But if I was hula hooping with 30 other women, that would be hilarious. I would love it. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'd do that 5 times a week. So find something with some people that is fun for you, for fitness and to improve.
And yes, hula hooping with other people would be fun. But now that I'm thinking about tying into that, I have had fun swimming alone. I know that's Amy's parameter is not, she likes to swim with them, but
she's social. She said I'm very social.
I'm social too, but I'm certainly enjoying swimming way more swimming with other people, but swimming was fun for me. If hula hooping is fun for you, sometimes you can't always get a group, but truly if you want to get fit and there's something that you think you want to run a marathon, but gosh, that's hard and that's boring, then do something that you will actually do. So,
or find a running group that makes it fun.
Find a running group or a group that makes it fun.
Right.
So my last takeaway, my second one, and there were more than these two, that's why we urge you to listen to the podcast, the whole thing, is, and this is great for swimming, your swimming technique, or this is great for life. When you're trying to improve one thing at a time, because we can get so overwhelmed with 3 things at once. And she didn't use these exact words, but there's so many, thought leaders that say just 1% improvement every day. Mark and I were talking about our business that we run together, and how, we don't have to change everything. We don't have to improve everything all at once, but let's improve one thing a day. And so that is so much less intimidating as well. So I loved that piece of advice of just change one thing at a time. If you're trying to improve your technique at something, or you're just trying to get better at something, just go small.
I love that too. That's beautiful advice. Focus on one thing, and it just put everything else away for tomorrow. Today, you're going to work on whatever. Yeah. I love that. That's a beautiful piece of advice. Of course, she's been around, so she knows what she's doing. I love that interview. That was super fun.
Very, very fun. All right, Maria, this is fun.
Yeah. And this is fun. And I do it so I get to see you.
And I do it for the same reasons. And we would love to hear from you guys out there. If we've said anything that that's resonated with you, we'd appreciate it if you would leave us a review on Apple. We're trying to up our Apple reviews. We have 58 now. We're trying to get to 100. So if you,
we got to do better than that.
I know 58.
Everybody out there who has an iPhone, come on right now.
Yeah, that's actually 58 is a lot compared to some podcasts that have been out there for a while. But anyway, we would love to hear from
100. We're shooting for 100.
Yeah, 100 for this week. All right. So thank you so much, Maria. Love you.
I love you too, Kelly. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
You've been listening to the Champions Mojo podcast with host Kelly Palace and Maria Parker. Champions Mojo is produced by Cabra Media, and a new episode debuts every Tuesday. Subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts and leave us a 5-star review. Follow Champions Mojo on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook @Champions Mojo.